Good evening and bienvenue. This is your humble narrator, Diomedes Rouge, back from the dead and back anew, as some of you may have assumed. Now, allow me to start this thing off. This is What If Deku Had Omega-Xis? Or what if Deku was Star Force Megaman? Oh, yes. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna start off right at the Sludge Villain attack. You all know the story up until this point. Poor little Deku, he's quirkless at 4. He gets bullied, beaten, and verbally battered by Bakugo growing up. He has no way of really even fighting back against his bullies, but he still doesn't give up hope. And that is, well, when the Sludge Villain comes in to strike at him. Oh yes, the Sludge Villain comes in and it goes full throttle, trying to suffocate and force him to, well, submit. As who should appear but All Might is here. Oh yes, no need to fear with that guy around, as with one solid Texas smash, boom! The Sludge Villain is distributed in great quantity all around the pavement and the walls. Quite fun, don't you think? As Izuku is just catching his breath from all that's occurred, as he goes to get All Might's autograph, as he says, "Oh, thank you, what's your name, young man?" I'm Izuku Midoriya. Can I have your autograph?" "Ah, sure thing, young Midoriya. Here you are," as he writes down his name and everything. And he begins to, well, fanboy out a bit, as All Might's gathering him up, and obviously, Izuku gives him a 2-liter that he was drinking along the way home. Quite thirsty. As All Might says, "Ah, thank you, young man. Now, I must be on my way." As Izuku does try to reach out and grab him to ask him some questions, but he was too slow, and All Might takes off, with Sludge Villain in tow. However, this is not where Izuku's day ends, oh, not by far. Because Izuku, he continues walking home. He feels downtrodden. He feels happy he got the autograph, but if that's really what the world of heroes and villains is like, I nearly died today. If it wasn't for All Might, I need to get stronger, but how? As he heads to his room, his mother asks him, "What's all happening today, Izu?" Nothing much, Ma. I got an autograph from All Might." "That's great. How did that happen?" "I ran into him." "Well, that's nice, dear." As Izuku goes up to his room and starts, well, doing some of his favorite pastime. And what would that be? Online gaming. Oh yes, he's got quite the nifty little rig set up in his room. Because that's the only thing that kind of takes him out of his world of pain that he gets in from bullying and everything else. He just games and lets loose any of his frustrations. Because after all, on gaming, no, everyone's on an equal playing field. All it takes is your wits to outmaneuver your opponent there. As Izuku gets on and, well, lets loose. He's playing a first-person shooter for a while, and after about 3 to 4 hours, he's called down for dinner. But just as he's about to head down for dinner, he spots something in the sky. A glowing green light. He goes, "Wow, believing it's a shooting star. He says, I wish I had the power to be a hero. But I want to be a hero beyond anything else. However, that is no star. That is no star coming through the atmosphere. Oh no. No meteorite, no none of that. That is Omega-Xis, an Ephemian from deep in the dark void of space. He came to Earth to warn some of the inhabitants of it that his race is going to be invading. Oh yes, other Ephemians are coming, and some of them are facing him now, as he goes, Alright, you bunch of scrags, let's get buck wild, as he goes in for his standard beast slap, slashing and clashing at Wolf, as it backs off and has to jump away from him, as they go, there's no need to fight us, Omega-Xis, just join up and fall in line. You think we're gonna fall in line with a bunch of weaklings? Please, don't make me laugh. Too late for that. Now you're gonna pay. As he goes in for more of his brutal style of fighting, as he hacks and slashes with his claws, headbutting and going wild, letting loose a bunch of energy. As, well, things have to pause. As deep further on in space, he's being spied on. And one of his old allies says, we can't have that now, can we? As they open up their hands and loose a dark beam of energy, sending it forward, hitting Omega-Xis dead center in its chest, launching him towards the Earth's atmosphere, as he careens through it, creating a giant green spectrum of bright green light. As they all think, oh, well, that's nice. Now we're going to have to chase him down there anyways. He should be depowered at that point, or at least nowhere near his full strength. By the time we get down there and find some people to inhabit, it'll be all too quickly dealt with. As the dark figure begins to walk off, as Omega-Xis just goes, shit, that hurt. I'm gonna kill that guy when I find him. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt like heck. As he proceeds to careen down into planet Earth, going, where do I go? I need some sort of signal, as he goes faster and faster. Crap. He goes, there. FM wave radiations. I'll just follow the light. As that's what feeds and powers Omega-Xis and Ephemians. FM wave radiation. And it just so happens, due to the industrial age of humanity, as well as the internet age, the planet's chock full of it, including sources from people. All the gear that they wear, everything that they have, from their cell phones to computers to smart devices, emits a special type of wave radiation that just pure delight to these creatures. As he careens down through it and goes into the internet itself. Oh yes, that is another part of his ability. But the problem is, the area where he landed down into is a closed network, set up by Hisashi Midoriya in the Midoriya household. Now you may say a closed network, what does that mean? It means it is a high profile network. Basically, the way Hisashi has set this up is where, they'll just say that he had some problems with neighbors leeching off of his Wi-Fi at one point or another, and in turn shut it off from the surrounding areas and only into a certain Wi-Fi spots, such as the tower. Oh boy. Yeah. No, you can get in there, and boy, it might be easy to get out, but not if you don't know the passwords. Don't blame me, I'm not a tech guy. As Omega-Xis just sits there, rests, as, well, later on that night, he sees a young boy go into the computer frame that he's stowed away in. And he sees him look up these, get on the computer and look up these profiles of heroes, villains, as he begins to open up a notebook. A notebook? On a computer? And he sees through these notes that this kid's been typing and writing, and it just filled with all of this knowledge, this encyclopedia of pros, cons, and weaknesses and strengths of these heroes, what they would be best suited for, how to best utilize their strengths, what are the worst weaknesses their quirks provide. And that's when Omega-Xis realizes, this kid's smart as hell. Holy crap. This is... wow. Got ourselves a little nerd here. He really likes this one guy, though, this All Might. Talking about how he always does the unexpected with someone of his quirk. How his quirk seems to be body enhancement to the upteenth degree. However, instead of utilizing it in just a strength type manner, just raw, brutal power, he controls his abilities. Then we got Endeavor. Second place hero next to All Might. How he can high amounts of flame pyrokinesis, wields flame as if it was nothing. Wow. That might be the choice of a target for Taurus. So many different things. Wow. Eraserhead. Eraserhead? Really? That's the name a guy called himself? Eraserhead. What is his power? Does he have a giant stick of rubber coming out the back of his head? Huh? Is he called upon in tests whenever they need to get rid of some bad marks? Oh, no. It's whenever they lay down a bunch of chalk in the road and they need someone to get rid of it, and they just they just pick him up and use his head as a nice eraser, huh? Huh? No, he gets rid of quirks. He removes powers by looking at them. How does that equivalent to having a head that erases things? I mean, at maximum, I thought, I don't know, maybe his head butts erase people's bodies from existence. What on earth does Eraserhead have to do with erasing quirks? Well, he doesn't even erase them. He just pauses them. It's like missed joke makes people laugh. Really? That's it. To be fair, the name is kind of on the nose. As Izuku is suddenly hearing his computer ranting, and he goes, what the... Oh crap, I said all that aloud, didn't I? As Izuku looks further in, and he sees, what you see on the screen there, and he goes, I've never seen a virus like this before. I'm not a virus, you little twit. Okay, time to bring up the firewalls or whatever I got on here. Get rid of this thing. It's sentient AI. He's like, Skynet is upon us. I know those old movies wouldn't lie to me. Oh, Lord. As Omega-Xis comes out of the computer and grabs him, he's like, okay. Nice space monster thingy. Space monster thingy? Well, I know you weren't from our planet. Oh, and what makes you think I'm from space? It's just the first thing that popped into my mind. You look like you're an alien. Really? This is what you imagine aliens looking like? Kinda. Well, you're spot on then. Oh, goody. I'm gonna pass out now. Pfft, ow! As Omega just slaps him upside the head lightly. And I do mean lightly, considering his strength. Okay. Listen to me, you little brat. You can't tell anyone that I'm here. And I'm going to stay here for a little while. Why? I need to recover. As Izuku sees the dented damage on his on the chest plate of Omega's is going, what happened to you? I was attacked. Attacked by what? Are you a villain? No. So you're a hero? Not really, no. Well, then what attacked you and why? My own kind. Wait, why would your own kind? Shut up with the questions. All you need to know is that I am here not to harm people. I just need a place to lay low for a little while and to recover. Do you understand that, Izuku Midoriya? How do you know my name? I was in your computer. Oh no. You didn't. Relax, I didn't go into the folder marked homework. Why? That just holds my homework. Really? Yeah. Strange. I don't know much about you humans, but I was told that was a common Earth custom to hide. Nope. Who told you that? A guy in space. Guy in space? You mean an astronaut? Yeah, it was part of some sort of secret project. Strange. What type of project? Trying to communicate with extraterrestrial life. He succeeded. Unfortunately for him, our people, well, aren't exactly the nicest bunch. So you are evil. I'm not evil. I told you, if I was evil, I would have already killed you. Fair point. So, if you're not evil, then what do you want from me then? Or what you were doing here? Simple. Just because my people want to do something to this planet doesn't mean I do. So I came here to try and get you all prepared. Wow. So you're a hero. I'm no hero. I'm just doing what I think is right, like a hero. I swear I'm going to hit you again if you keep calling me that. I'm not one of your spandex wearing costumed idiots. I am Omega-Xis. You even have a cool hero name. I am going to murder you. Do you want me to do that? Not really, but you're kinda not going to. Oh, and why is that? Simple, because you're a hero. This is getting nowhere. You promised to let me lay low. Yes, sure thing. Good. But what about your people? They won't be coming here for a little while longer. They need to gather their strength. I kinda messed them up a good bit. You messed them up a good bit? I went buck wild. Okay, maybe you're not a hero. Told you. But then again, I have heard of a few heroes going wild before. Be like, oh, shut the hell up, you little brat. as Omega-Xis goes back into the computer. And Izuku kinda just calms down after that and relaxes. As the next day, Izuku wakes up, he goes, "Oh, that was a weird dream." As he goes to grab his phone from the charging port that's attached to his computer. But what he doesn't realize is that Omega-Xis is kinda stowed into it. Oh yeah, Omega-Xis hijacked his cell phone. Why? Well, simple. He kind of wanted to get to keep an eye on this kid, and he realized, oh, this is a portable device I can put myself in. And he did, as Deku goes to school, and in turn gets bullied, and he kind of sees, wow, this kid's pathetic. As well. Today is the last day, where Izuku is then told to, well, as Bakugo best put it, be a real hero and jump off the school building. And I know, yesterday was supposed to be the last day, but I changed that a little bit. Sue me. And as soon as he tells him that, Omega-Xis pops out of the phone, surrounding Izuku, and basically looks like it's appearing off of his back. Like Omega-Xis is coming out of him, and it just looks towards Katsuki, and Katsuki sees this big, green-energied, blue-armored, weird creature just staring him down, going, "Say that again, and I'll tear you apart, piece by piece." What the hell? Deku, you have a quirk? No, I can... Yeah. What if I do, jackass? You think you could do anything about it? Oh, I'm gonna beat you, as he tries throwing an explosion, but Omega-Xis just catching it in the oversized grip, and he goes, Beast Slap, as his hand increases in size 5 times over, big enough to make it 3 foot tall, 5 foot wide, as he slams it into him, sending him flying straight to the front of the classroom, embedding himself in the concrete. As he then retreats back inside of Izuku's cell phone, going, oh shit, I got carried away. As the final bell rings and the 6 months starts, as Katsuki's knocked the fuck out. As Izuku's going, what the heck was that? Wait, you're in my phone now? He was like, shut up, it was the best thing for us. What do you mean for us? He goes, well, you're stuck with me now, I guess. Why did you do that? I don't like people getting messed with, alright? Shut up. Wait, did you do that for me? Listen, you're not a waste of space. I saw what you were typing up on the computer. I've seen your stats on your games and stuff like that. You're smart. Maybe not strong, but you're smart. You just need to work in something that you're good in. Maybe you can't be a hero like they have them here, but maybe you could do something similar. Maybe you can do something for the betterment of your people. I don't know. But that guy just pissed me off. So you stood up for me. Yeah, what about it? The thing is, you did that and you acted as my quirk. You even said so. So, what do we do now? It's like, this is a drag. Alright, kid. First things first, if you want me gone, just say so. I can get out of here. I've recovered a decent amount of strength through last night. But wait, didn't you... Won't your people be after you? As he's doing this, Izuku's basically holding the phone up to his ear like he's talking on the phone. Make himself seem less crazy. As Omega-Xis says, yeah, but I can handle them. But isn't that how you ended up in the same situation you're in now? How can I help? Please, let me help. You really do want to help, don't you? Yes. And besides, you've already helped me. It's the least I can do. Fine. Let's go somewhere private. Private? We'll see if we're compatible. Compatible? Yeah, compatible. Where does he take him? The beach. Pardon me a moment. As they get to the beach and see all the trash, rubble, and just plain old debris laying around, as Omega-Xis gets to him and says, "Alright, kid. You ready? Ready for what? Simple. I'm gonna test whether we're compatible or not." Compatible? My species is Ephemians have a specialized ability. If we have enough energy in our bodies, we can, and if we're compatible with a certain person, and or other being, or other race, we can bond with them, giving both of ourselves a symbiotic relationship in a way. You mean, you would get more powerful as well as I. We'd in turn, essentially, increase our power tenfold together. However, it does come with some restraints. Like, well, for one, we both have to be it only increases the power of us together. Two, we'd need a stable amount of FM radiation. Otherwise, I don't have the fuel to stay stable. I see. And lastly, we'd need to be compatible. Hold on to your butt. Wait, what? Do you mean not literally? As all of a sudden, Omega-Xis basically engulfs little Deku. He engulfs him in a blinding greenish-blue energy as, within a couple of seconds, boom, he is transformed into that. Whoa, what is this? What's going on? Omega-Xis! Omega? Omega, where are you? As he says, down here. Huh? Where? As he begins to hearing, look at your arm. Huh? Ah! What the? How did you? As he sees on the screen. Relax. No need to panic. I'm right here. You like the new you? Wow. This is amazing, right? Yeah. You get used to it. You act like you've had a partner before. Yeah, I've had a couple over my years. But for the most part, you seem to be the most stable. Kind of good considering my tendencies. Tendencies? I'm gonna be honest with you. I can be a bit rambunctious. Yeah, I've kinda noticed. So maybe your calm head and cowardice can balance that out. I am not a coward! Well, you can prove that in the upcoming time. Now, as all of a sudden he goes back to being normal. Wow. Oh, my body doesn't feel good. Yeah, that's to be expected. Oh, what do you mean expected? Let me guess. Feels like every single muscle in your body has been twisted and contorted? Yes. You get used to that feeling. And relax. It dies down after a while. Oh. Okay, yeah. It's starting to. Yep. See? What caused that? Feedback loop. Feedback loop? What do you... I'm not going to bore you with the technical terminology. Basically, your body isn't used to this type of power, and it's short-circuited. We need to train you up in order to get you strong enough to handle it. That's basically it. Strong enough to handle it? How am I going to do that? Well, I don't know, Mr. Genius. Why don't we find out? As, well, Omega-Xis basically pushes him through a similar training method that All Might did on the beach. Why would he choose the beach? Well, because there's a bunch of heavy-looking objects that look like they need to be moved and pulled. And so, he moves and pulls them. Yanking them along, dragging them along, and doing exercises along the way. As he builds his body tougher and stronger. Even having sparring rounds with Omega-Xis from time to time. And do people see this? Why, naturally people see this. Quite a few do, in fact, as they pass the beach. Everyone from... I don't know. Shoto Todoroki, whenever he's being driven by on on that 6 months' time. To Momo Yayarozu, whenever, well, her family would pass by that area, she would probably see him. Oh, and let's not forget frickin' Tenya seeing all that going down, basically saying, you shouldn't be using your quirk in public, as they pass on by in the family vehicle. Even cops and everything get called in from time to time, seeing a kid using his quirk in public. But, to be fair, he just awoke in it, and he's out in the middle of the beach, training and not harming anybody. And he has no prior convictions. So they kind of let him pass and just say, just keep it down. And they do. As he keeps on training himself and pushing himself harder and faster. Making less and less time for gaming. Which really annoys some of his online friends. Oh, yes. You'll find out more about those later if this becomes an actual series. And finally, the 6 months eventually comes to a close, with Deku being jacked. I am talking about he has been downing protein and carbs and training like a summer gun for 6 whole months. And he is looking good in comparison. At that point, Omega-Xis tells him, alright, that entrance exam thing, you ready for it? Not by myself. But with you as my partner? Yeah, that's the spirit. Let's go buck wild. Right, partner. As his mom already knows about Omega-Xis and basically thinks of him as his quirk, and she's happy and treats him like her own son as well. Gives him the hugs and the kisses and the head patch and all that. Oh yes, Omega-Xis must really love that. As they get to the examination stations and everything else, and Bakugo is there, and he just looks at him like, stupid Deku, stupid random quirk popping up, stupid idiot. As, well, he keeps avoiding him as Izuku goes, he used to be a decent guy when he was a kid. It'll be alright. Besides, you don't need people like him in your life dragging you down. Now, let's get to the real fun. He hears over his phone and he's just, fine. Oh yeah. During the written exam, yeah, he scores second place. And I do mean second place, almost taking first. But he didn't quite do so. And then he sees, well, a nervous-looking, brown-haired girl up at front. And he remembers back when he was nervous, back when he was a lot weaker and didn't understand Omega-Xis and everything. And he goes, maybe she needs some help. As he begins to walk forward, and Tenya Ito goes and grabs him by his shoulder and says, what are you doing? Says, I'm going to help somebody. Stay in line with everybody else. You aren't supposed to be cutting and talking with people anyways at this time. As Izuku basically states, listen, she looks like she needs some help. I'm just trying to be a nice guy. Oh, I'm sure you're just fraternizing, as Izuku grabs his hand, twists it around his back, and looks him dead in the face. I said, I'm just trying to help. Calm down before you make me angry. Because you won't like us when we're angry. Us? As Omega-Xis begins to appear out of his back and kind of look down at him. Yeah, us. As a certain, well, I'm not even going to try and hide it, Tokoyami takes notice of this, seeing something that looks similar to his power. And he goes, wow, that's strange. Maybe there are more people like me than I thought. As Omega-Xis goes back into, well, Izuku's phone, in all reality, as Izuku just says, sorry, I get a bit heated. As he walks off and goes up to Uraraka saying, hey, you okay? Calm down, it's not going to be that bad. You're just going to make yourself a bundle of nerves if you keep doing that. Right, thanks. Who are you? The name's Izuku Midoriya, but most of my friends call me Izu. And you? You can call me Uraraka. As you wish, Miss Uraraka. As all of a sudden, President Mike gets over the intercom and says, alright, everybody ready? On your mark! And as soon as he says that, Izuku, or rather I should say Omega-Xis, instantly goes, alright, on the air! And a blinding greenish-blue light envelops Izuku, transforming him into what they have named themselves Megaman. And oh boy, he says, run now! Wait, what? Take off! And he does, launching himself straight through the doors that are just barely opening as he goes rocketing straight through the steel. As President Mike says, okay, to be fair, I was going to say something along those lines, but I didn't expect someone to go straight through the barrier. Go on, keep up with it, people. And so they do. They go running off full speed after him, but it doesn't do too much, as he switches straight to his Mega Buster, blasting and shredding apart one-pointers, ripping apart one-pointers, two-pointers, and of course three-pointers, switching to his sword only on occasion. And you may ask, he knows how to use the Buster and the sword? Oh, they had 6 whole months to train. Don't just think that was all bodybuilding. Granted, I may have made you believe as such, but yes, they had 6 months of full-on training. He knows how to do a lot of things, as he carves and blasts his way through quite a few of these robots, as Omega-Xis occasionally pops out of the back of him, slamming down on a couple of one-pointers or two-pointers, going, "Alright, kid, I think we've had it enough. We're currently at around 68. There's no need to worry about our points now." Good point, good point. What do we do in this case? Well, go around and help others, you idiot. What? This is our hero training. Do you really think it's gonna be that simple on just breaking things? Good point. As he begins to run around and at this point show off another ability of being Megaman, riding the EM radiation. Oh yeah, the FM waves are going high, and so does Megaman, as he just begins to ride on them like an ice skater does on ice. Just as everyone's looking at this kid just flying. He's already shown off he can shoot and slash and punch through things. Now he's flying. As he sees a few people in trouble, and, well, he goes down and does his thing, saving the day. As one woman using acid to try and destroy a one-pointer doesn't realize a two-pointer's coming in on her back. And next thing she knows, she hears a loud explosion as a couple of feet thud on the ground, as she turns around and sees Izuku, or as he goes by, Megaman, with his beam sword fully extended, slicing through the creature. Well, robot, dead in half. Goes, "You need to watch your back. You okay?" Yes, good. Have a good time." As he starts taking off again. And who is he come across next? Well, that's simple. He shows up and sees Shoto freezing an area solid, about to trap a couple of people in there as well, whenever he swings by and, well, saves Mineta. Oh, pardon me. Dang it. Sorry about that rude interruption, folks. I do humbly apologize. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, he had to save Mineta because he almost got caught up in Shoto's frozen fury. As he pulls little Mineta's arse out of the, well, I guess the proverbial fire, so to speak. As he walks up to Shoto and whack right across the back of the head, relatively lightly, but enough to make his message known. Well, Shoto turns around and says, "What the hell was that for?" He says, "Watch where you're shooting your ice. You need to watch out for civilians, you idiot. You almost got one of your other colleagues caught up in it." As he takes off. And yes, Shoto is taking the practical exam. Oh. Yes, disobeying that papa even more. You'll find out more about him later, but for now, keep following along with good Izuku. As that's 2 people down, but then he hears a scream, a shout, a holler, as he turns and sees the 0-pointer, as he goes, "Oh no." as it's about to bring its massive foot down upon a girl that's pinned under a bunch of rubble. As Nezu is about to press the button, he speeds off, and I mean full blast, and just sweeps her up right from underneath it and goes straight up into the sky. As he says, "Hold on." She goes, "What?" "Hold on." And she grips him tightly as he goes, "You ready, partner?" "I was born ready." "I hope so." As he goes, "Mega Cannon EX3, fire!" As he combines uploads the programming for 3 heavy cannons, times 3, as they begin to form on the exterior of his arm, aiming straight at the zero-pointer's head. And at that point in time, a giant, bright, green light is seen. And then, the zero-pointer's head is gone, completely atomized, followed by a kakoom! A loud explosion, the shockwave tearing through. It's quite glorious, in my opinion, as the windows on all the buildings shatter and crack and fall to the ground, as he sees the damage from behind the zero-pointer, and I think we might have overdid it a little. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a lot tougher than that. Yeah. Think we're gonna lose points? Oh, most definitely. As Ochako, she doesn't hear any of this. She is just looking at her savior in those big, heartthrob eyes. As he goes back down and, puts her laying back on the ground. As he de-transforms and takes a knee. Oh, I never get used to that feeling. Oh. As he stands back up, stretching his back, and several people can hear some disturbing pops and cracks and creaks coming from Izuku's body as he readjusts himself. And everyone's told to leave for the day. And within a couple of weeks' time, he's getting a holographic message sent to his door. In a nice envelope saying, "Congratulations, young Midoriya. You have been accepted into Class 1A with a score that almost even surpassed mine." He goes, "Wow, how much was it?" "You did excellent on the written exam, and even more so. Your score would have been over 200 points if it wasn't for the damage you caused to, the city and surroundings during your little scuffle." As he kind of scratches the back of his head, "How much was it?" As it's shown, he has a score of 150. As he goes, "Wow, that's not too bad, especially considering all the damage we caused." Yeah, I would have thought they would have taken off at minimum 100 points for that. Like, we did kind of leave a giant orange crater in the ground. Yeah. You know what? We're not going to question it. Nope, definitely not going to question it. As they all get ready for, My Hero Academia. And I think that's where I'll leave it off at. I hope you guys had fun. Hope you enjoyed the ride. And please, do tell me if you want this to become a series when one of the other ones end off. Bye for now.